Professional ethics and standards. I'm really delighted to be here with all of you for this session. And one question which I would like to mention at the outset, and that is why the government of India has brought out the valuation rules. If you would recollect, in the recent past, there have been three major economic reforms in this country. And I would say these three major reforms which have happened in this country are completely unprecedented. And which are these three reforms? These three reforms are: number one is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016. Then you have the Valuation Rules of 2017. And then you have independent directors. So the role and responsibility of independent director being given to the professionals. These are the three dramatic reforms that have taken place in this country. Valuation is one of them. A question that we need to ask to ourselves at this point in time as to how come the government has brought out these three reforms. And I call these three reforms unprecedented. Why? Because it is first time in the history of this country since independence, the government of India has placed tremendous faith, trust and confidence in the competence, capability and integrity of the professionals. And as a result of that, the government of India has given the responsibility of being a registered valuer, being an insolvency professional, being an independent director to practically all professionals in this country. So whether you are a chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary, lawyer, MBA, civil engineer, architect, you are at different professions, and you have the opportunity of playing a dramatic role in all these three reforms. Another question that must come to mind of every one of you is how is that the government of this country first time has placed this trust, faith and confidence in the we professionals. And that is because the government of India thinks that we professionals will do a professional job in the domain of insolvency and bankruptcy code, in the domain of valuation and in the domain of independent director. And this is what we need to remember. So please keep it in mind that these opportunities are not an opportunity merely of increasing our revenue stream. It is much more than that. It is much more than that. In these responsibilities, we have on our shoulders the obligation, the responsibility, the duty to ensure there is a better corporate governance in this country. And that is the motive and objective of the government of this country behind putting this faith and confidence and trust in we professionals. Now, in this background, friends, we are going to discuss professional ethics and standards. Professional ethics and standards. Now, I'm sure if we think about it, we can understand the relationship between the corporate governance and the ethics. And we can also understand as to why do we need to follow ethics? Why do we need to follow ethics? Why do we need to follow governance? Why do we need to follow corporate governance? Now, I'm going to talk about all these aspects in this session that we have today, and also going to cover the standards, the professional standards which have been elaborated in the valuation rules of 2017. Lekin, to give you a real perspective, as to what are the ethics, what are the professional standards, and what is corporate governance, I will start with two stories. And these two stories are not really stories, these are the historical perspective. I'm sure all of you must have heard of Samarth Ramdas. Samarth Ramdas was the spiritual and political guru of Chhatrapati Shivaji. One day, Samarth Ramdas was walking across, going from one place to another place, and he was walking through the crops or through the fields of sugarcane. When he was passing through those sugarcane fields, a person came running, and when he saw Swami Samarth Ramdas at that field, he got furious. He got furious, and he just saw कि जहाँ पर वो समर्थ खड़े थे वहाँ पर कुछ छिले हुए गन्नों के छिलके पड़े थे, और ये जो आदमी था वो उस खेत का मालिक था. ही वॉज द ओनर ऑफ दैट सुगर केन फील्ड. एंड उसको लगा कि ये जो स्वामी जी हैं ये उसके खेत से गन्ना उखाड़ के रोजाना के खा जाते हैं. तो उसने क्या किया, उसने आव देखा ना ताब, उसने अपने खेत में से एक गन्ने को उखाड़ा और उसने वो गन्ने से समर्थ रामदास के ऊपर धपाधप उनका जोरों से पिटाई करनी शुरू कर दी. समर्थ रामदास मजबूत थे. उन्होंने किसान को पकड़ा और उसके हाथ से गन्ना छुड़ाया और उसको पूछा, अरे ये तू क्या कर रहा है? मैं तो यहां से निकल रहा था, ये तूने क्यों मुझे गन्ना उखाड़ के मेरे ऊपर धपाधप बरसाना शुरू कर दिया? तो कुछ ही क्षणों में वो जो किसान था उसके दिमाग में ये बात क्लियर हो गई दैट ही हैज मेड अ मिस्टेक. He realized that he has made a mistake and he has unintentionally, unknowingly beaten a person who is completely innocent. Samarth asked him, why did you do that? And the poor farmer told Samarth, Swami ji, मैं क्या करूं? For last few days, every day when I come to my sugarcane field, I find that somebody is taking off the sugarcane from my field, eating them and going away. And the farmer said, Swami ji, my family is big. I have 2 parents, 4 children, my wife. So we are 8 of us in my family. And मेरा जो खेत है वो बहुत छोटा है. मेरा जो खेत है बहुत छोटा है, उसमें बहुत कम फसल होती है. अगर कोई ऐसी रोजाना मेरे गन्नों को खाते जाएगा तो एक समय ऐसा आएगा कि मेरे पास में कुछ फसल बचेगी नहीं. और अगर मेरे पास में फसल नहीं बचेगी तो मैं क्या बेचूंगा? और अगर मैं कुछ बेचूंगा नहीं तो मैं पैसे कैसे कमाऊंगा? और अगर मैं पैसे नहीं कमाऊंगा तो मैं मेरे घर का गुजर बसर कैसे करूंगा? मेरे परिवार की गुजर बसर कैसे करूंगा? समर्थ ने ये सारी बातें सुनी और किसान को क्षमा किया और समर्थ आगे बढ़ गए. समर्थ छत्रपति शिवाजी के गुरु. और ये बात कि किसी किसान ने शिवाजी के गुरु को गन्नों से पीटा, ये बात जंगल में आग की तरह समर्थ रामदास के छत्रपति शिवाजी के कानों में पहुंच गई. जब शिवाजी को यह बात मालूम पड़ी, शिवाजी वॉज फ्यूरियस और उन्होंने तुरंत आदेश दिया कि ये जो बदतमीज किसान है इसको तुरंत दरबार में हाजिर किया जाए. एंड एज दी ऑर्डर वॉज गिवन बाय छत्रपति, उनके जो सिपाही थे वो गांव में गए और उस किसान को पकड़ के लेके आ गए और उन्होंने उसको छत्रपति शिवाजी के सामने पेश किया. छत्रपति शिवाजी ने उससे पूछा कि क्या यह बात सही है कि तुमने मेरे गुरु समर्थ के ऊपर गन्ने से उनको तकलीफ पहुंचाई है? किसान ने कहा, जी महाराज, ये गलती मुझसे हुई है. शिवाजी ने कहा कि तुमने ये गलती नहीं करी है, तुमने ये अपने लिए मौत को दावत दी है. गुस्से से नाराज शिवाजी ने हुक्म दिया कि इस बदमाश को जेल में डाल दिया जाए जिंदगी भर के लिए. और उस किसान को पुलिस जो सिपाही थे उन्होंने जेल में बंद कर दिया. अब ये खबर भी उड़ते उड़ते जंगल में आग की तरह समर्थ के कानों तक पहुंची. समर्थ को मालूम पड़ा कि जिस किसान ने उनके ऊपर गन्नों से उनको वार किया था, हमला किया था, उस किसान को छत्रपति शिवाजी ने जेल में डाल दिया है. समर्थ खाना खाते थे, निवाला उनके हाथ में था और जैसे ही जिस आदमी ने उनको ये खबर दी, समर्थ ने वो निवाला वहीं के वहीं छोड़ा, उठ खड़े हुए और शिवाजी के दरबार में पहुंच गए और शिवाजी से कहा कि हे शिवा, मैंने सुना है कि तुमने एक किसान को कारावास में डाल दिया है। छत्रपति शिवा ने कहा, जी महाराज, जी गुरुवर, आपने सही सुना है, क्योंकि मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि इस बदतमीज किसान ने आपको गन्नों से आपके ऊपर हमला किया और आपको तकलीफ पहुंचाई। मैं ये बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकता हूं कि मेरे गुरु के ऊपर कोई इस तरह से हमला करे, इसलिए मैंने इसको कारावास में भेज दिया है। समर्थ ने कहा, नहीं शिवा, तुमने अच्छा नहीं किया, तुमने अच्छा नहीं किया। अगर तुमको इसे कुछ देना ही है तो इसको कारावास मत दो। अगर तुमको इसको कुछ देना ही है तो इसको 10-20 बीघा जमीन इनाम में दो। क्यों? क्योंकि इसने जो कुछ भी किया वो इसलिए नहीं किया क्योंकि इसे मुझ पर हमला करना था। इसने गलतफहमी में किया, और वो गलतफहमी इसे क्यों हुई? क्योंकि जमीन इसकी छोटी है, परिवार इसका बड़ा है। अपनी जिम्मेदारियों को पूरी न कर पाने के डर की वजह से इसने मुझ पर हमला किया। छत्रपति शिवाजी तुरंत अपने गुरु के पैरों में गिर गए और कहा, गुरुवर मुझे क्षमा करें, मुझसे गलती हुई। उन्होंने तुरंत उस किसान को आज़ाद किया, उसको 50 बीघा जमीन इनाम में दी और वो किसान चला गया। एथिक्स की बात कर रहे हैं हम, ये है पहली स्टोरी। सेकंड स्टोरी फ्रेंड्स, and why I am telling you all these stories? I am telling these all stories because stories make a better impact on our psyche. If I talk of theory of ethics, even for days altogether, perhaps you will not get the message. But I am sure these two stories you will remember for whole of your life when it comes to ethics. Second story. One day, few villagers approached Chanakya late in the evening because they had some problem and they wanted to have a solution from Chanakya. तो वो जो गांव के लोग थे वो चाणक्य से मिलने के लिए उनके घर पर पहुंचे। चाणक्य कुछ काम कर रहे थे, रात हो चुकी थी, एक दीपक जल रहा था और दीपक के उजाले में चाणक्य कुछ काम करने में लगे थे। उन्होंने गांव के लोगों को कहा कि आप जरा इंतजार करिए, मैं थोड़ा सा काम करता हूं, उसके बाद फिर आपको बुलाता हूं। तो गांव वाले वहीं बैठ गए। चाणक्य कुछ देर तक अपना काम करते रहे। उनका काम खत्म हुआ, उन्होंने जो भी उनके सामान था उसको बंद किया, और जो लैंप जल रहा था, जो दीपक वहां जल रहा था, उसके पास में एक और दीपक रखा था। तो चाणक्य ने क्या किया? चाणक्य ने वो जो दूसरा दीपक था उसको जलाया और जो पहला दीपक था उसको बंद किया, उसको बुझा दिया। और फिर जो गांव के लोग थे उनसे कहा कि हाँ, आप बताइए आपको मुझसे क्या काम है। तो गांव के लोगों ने कहा, महाराज, हम जिस काम के लिए आपके पास में आए हैं वो तो आपको जरूर बताएंगे, बट बिफोर दैट वी हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड वन थिंग, कि आपने पहला दीपक जलाया, ये दूसरा दीपक जलाया और पहला दीपक बुझाया, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? अगर आपको तो रोशनी चाहिए तो पहला दीपक जल ही रहा था, तो आपने दूसरा दीपक क्यों जलाया? चाणक्य ने कहा, देखो, जब तुम लोग आए थे मैं सरकारी काम कर रहा था और सरकारी काम के लिए जो दीपक जो जल रहा था, उस दीपक में जो ऑयल है वो सरकार के खर्चे से आता है। अब जब तुम मेरे पास में आए हो, तुम तुम्हारे व्यक्तिगत काम के लिए आए हो, you have come here to discuss something which is personal, and therefore I cannot use the oil which is coming from the exchequer of the government for personal discussion with you. I have to use the oil for which I have paid myself, and इसलिए that is the reason why I have मैंने दूसरा दीपक जलाया। Friends, these two stories talk a lot of governance. These two stories talk a lot of ethics, and this is what we need to remember. The conduct of Samarth and conduct of Chanakya in these two stories talk a lot about as to what is ethic, what are ethics, what is governance, what is good governance, and why good governance has to be followed, and why good corporate ethics have to be followed. Now, with these two stories, friends, let's move forward. And to get into the skin of understanding and practice of professional ethics and standards, I still have to ask you, or I still have to discuss with you three questions. Because this session, friends, is not only for passing the evaluation exam. This session is also for our conduct after becoming a professional or valuation expert after passing the exam. And therefore, we need to understand three questions. And the question number one is, what is purpose of a business? So when we talk about the corporate governance, we talk about the professional ethics, we talk about standards. So we need to understand what is purpose of a business. And I'm sure most people would think that the purpose of a business is to make profit. And that is where mistake is done. Purpose of a business, remember, is not to make profit. As a matter of fact, if you think about it deeply, overemphasis on practice, overemphasis on profit leads to all kinds of unethical practices. The bad corporate governance that happens anywhere in the world, in any organization, in any setup, the nemesis, the main source is the focus on profit. And therefore, please remember, purpose of a business is not to make profit. Why? Because in business, making profit is mandatory. In business, making profit is non-negotiable. In business, making profit is something which is mandatory, compulsory. If you are in business, you have to make profit. And why you have to make profit? Because profit is like eating food. And please pay attention. Profit is like eating food. We have to eat food for living. But eating food is not the purpose of life. Purpose of life is something else. Accordingly, purpose of a business is not to make profit, but profit we have to make. Then what is the purpose of a business? And the purpose of business is to create value. To create value. And remember, friends, purpose of a business is to create value. And this is for all the businesses across the globe. So create value by making profit. That is the purpose of a business. Create value by making profit. Or you can say purpose of a business is to make profit by creating value. So long as a business is making profit by creating value, I think this business will have no challenges as far as the ethics are concerned. But the moment this business is not focusing on creating value and it is focusing only on making profit, remember, all kinds of wrong practices would happen. लोग जितने भी होर्डिंग करते हैं, जितने भी करप्शन करते हैं, जितने भी एडल्ट्रेशन करते हैं, जितने भी क्राइम होते हैं all over the world, remember, why is that happening? Because in all those activities, focus is not on value creation, focus is only on merely making profit by hook or crook. And that is the first thing that we need to understand, that the purpose of a business is to create value by making profit or make profit by creating value. Now, once a business is focused on this, ethics are automatically taken care of. The corporate governance is automatically taken care of. So if you talk about of a group like Tata's, we all understand. When it comes to Tata, ethics are taken for granted. Why? Because Tata's from the very beginning have followed the policy of good ethics, and that is value creation. The question number two that we need to answer and understand as to what is purpose of life. What is purpose of life? What is purpose of your life? What is purpose of my life? And remember, as the purpose of a business is to create value, purpose of your life and my life and the life of everyone on this earth is also to create value. So we are here not to accumulate wealth for ourselves. We are here to make this world a better place to live by whatever we do. And please remember, if we create value, our bank balance is bound to go up. Obviously, that's bound to happen. So when Tatas are creating so much of value for the entire economy, so isn't it their bank balances are going up? Of course, their bank balances are going up. But their focus is not on the bank balance. Their focus is still on creating value. So what is purpose of your life and my life? And that is also to create value, to make this world a better place to live. And that is what is the second question that we need to remember. And the third question, friends, for understanding ethics, professional ethics and standards, the third question that we need to understand is, what is the purpose of the entire existence? What is the purpose of the entire existence? What is the principle on which this whole existence is working? The sun keeps giving lights to us every day. The moon keeps giving us the moonlight every day. Stars are giving us light. The earth is giving us so many things. Trees are giving us fruits. The trees are giving us fruits, vegetables. Clouds are giving us rains. Mountains are giving us so many things. Seas giving us so many things. Rivers are giving us so many things. So if you see in this existence, whatever, everything is working on the principle of giving. And remember, all of them are giving incessantly. The sun is giving light incessantly. The moon is giving light incessantly. This earth, ये धरती हमारी सदियों से from time immemorial, this earth has been giving us crop देती है, fruits देती है, vegetable देती है, again and again and again and again, without asking even once. ऐसा होता है कभी that sun sends you an invoice at the end of the month saying that this month you have consumed so much of light of mine, please transfer so much amount to my bank account? No. So the whole existence is working on the principle of giving. The purpose of business is to create value. The purpose of every one of us is also to help this world become a better place to live. And remember, friends, unfortunately or incidentally, somehow since independence, these things have been missing from the core, not from the core, but they were missing somewhere. It's not that independent directors were not there before. It's not that insolvency laws were not there before. It's not that valuation professionals were not there before. They were all there. But somehow it was felt that the kind of focus on the governance, the kind of focus on the ethics that is required, somehow the government felt was missing. And therefore they brought out these three reforms. And where the focus is on corporate governance, the focus is on ethics, the focus is on professional standards. Now, in all this, a question can come to your mind as to why one has to follow ethics. Now, why one has to follow ethics? And what is ethics? So, number one, what is ethics? One can keep on giving definition of ethics in volumes, but that is not necessary. That is not necessary. If we understand these three questions clearly, number one, what is the principle on which this universe is working? And that is the principle of giving. If we understand what is the purpose of the life of every one of us on this earth, and remember, when I say every one of us on this earth, I do not mean only the people who are in this session, but everyone, not only in India, but all over the world. The purpose of everyone's life is to make this world a better place to live than what it was yesterday. And number three, if we understand what is purpose of a business, and that is to create value. If we understand answers to these three questions clearly, ethics becomes very clear as to what is ethics. Ethics is what? Ethics is to do what we are supposed to do. एथिक्स का मतलब क्या है? एथिक्स का मतलब ये है कि हमको वो अगर हम वो करें जो कि हमको करना चाहिए, दैट इज व्हाट इज एथिक्स. सो obviously as a professional, as a valuation professional, it is my responsibility not to do anything which is not right, rather to do everything which is right. And that is what is ethic. That is what is ethics. Now, we are talking about professional ethics and standard, and therefore let us also understand what is a professional. What is the meaning of professional? Now, please remember, professional का मतलब ये नहीं है I have become a chartered accountant, I have become a cost accountant, company secretary, lawyer, MBA, architect, engineer, doctor, and that is why I have become a professional. No, professional has a different meaning altogether. Professional का मतलब यह है someone who is professing the right ethics and principles in his life, and that is professional. So you can have a person who has got no qualification, but you will feel that he is professional. And that is why, friends, I'm sure many of you must have commented like this for someone who was not a qualified person, that his approach is professional. He is a very professional person. And remember, when you are responding like this, that he is very professional, is because somehow you got an impression about that person that whatever he was doing right. And therefore, besides understanding as to what is ethics, that is to do right things and not to do wrong things, that is ethics. And what is professional? Professional is someone who is professing ethics, and that is professional. So the ethics which are practiced by professionals are referred as professional ethics. So in this program, in this course of on registered valuers, which is for the people from the London building and from the architect side, and from the engineering side, and from the finance side. So that is what is your business, your ethics, and your professional. One question, friends, that can come to your mind as to why do we have to practice ethics? Just imagine if everyone on this earth is not following ethics at all, you can imagine what will happen to this earth. अगर हर इंसान इस धरती पर बेईमान हो जाए, you can imagine that this earth is going to become a living hell for everyone. And if everyone starts practicing ethics, you can also imagine that immediately this earth will become a heaven for everyone. And that is the reason why do we have to practice ethics. Now, a question can come to minds of some of us, as to when everybody is being unethical, why should I try to be ethical? Why should I try to practice ethics? Please remember, that is the difference between a leader and a non-leader. Who is a leader? Leader is one who is pursuing, who is doing what he is supposed to be doing. A leader is one who is pursuing what he is supposed to be pursuing, and not the one who is trying to follow what others are doing. So if others are pursuing unethical practice, and if I also start practicing unethical practices, I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. But despite all the challenges which may be there for whatever reason, if I still persist on practicing ethics, then maybe for some time I will have to suffer. Maybe for some time people might laugh at me, but after a while it will definitely happen that I will become, or anyone who is practicing ethics will become an example, will be respected as a leader, and a lot of other people will start following him. And that is what is a leadership also. And that is the reason, friends, why do we have to practice ethics and in the life of everyone. So obviously, in today's environment, unfortunately or incidentally, of course, in my perception, things are becoming much better today. The kind of governance that we see in this country today is much better than what it has been in the past. But of course, still a lot has to be done, and therefore we professionals have a bigger responsibility in this context. We people have a bigger responsibility in this context. As a professional, as an individual, as a person, as a family person, we will always have challenges, we will always have difficulties, we will always have financial obligations, but not withstanding all that, if we are still able to pursue and practice professional ethics, we will really be improving the corporate governance scenario ecosystem in this country. And that is, friends, remember, is the objective of the government of India behind introducing these three reforms of insolvency and bankruptcy, valuation, and independent director. And this is also the reason, friends, in the your program on valuation, in the evaluation for plant and machinery, and in the evaluation for financial assets and securities and financial assets, also the same standards have been incorporated, so that all of us, we professional, are practice them. And by practicing all these professions, not only we set very high standards for ourselves, for our profession, but we also set very high standards for the corporate governance in the entire economy. So this is the background, friends. I thought I would share with you so as to become aware and get into the skin of what is professional ethics, get into the skin of the purpose behind implementing professional ethics. Now with this, friends, let us now move to model code of conduct for registered valuers. Now before I go over to the model conduct for registered valuers, which is as per under rule 12E of the company's registered valuers and valuation rules, in case if any one of you has any question, you can please ask me, and then we will go to the model code of conduct.